the capital city of Akwa Ibom State. Let's take a look at the headlines. President Tinubu urges Nigerians on Eid al-Kabir to make sacrifices for Nigeria. Senate President Godswill Akpabio released fresh violence after a police shoot teenager. Let's take a look at the stories. We begin the news afternoon with a report that President Bola Tinubu has urged Nigerians to imbibe the virtue of sacrifice, which the DTH said Tinubu made the appeal while speaking to reporters after observing the Eid al-Kabir prayers at Dodon Barracks Prayer Ground, Lagos. Tinubu stressed the need for unity and cooperation. The president also prayed that the sacrifices of Nigerians turn to prosperity, stressing that we must join hands to build the nation. In a related development, unity and prosperity, speaking to newsmen after observing the Eid al-Kabir prayers at Dodon Barracks Prayer Ground, the president stressed the need for unity and cooperation, appealing to Nigerians to eschew ethnic and religious rivalries in the front line in the fight against insurgency, saying it is his earnest desire, and Akpabio has felicitated with the Muslim Ummah as they celebrate Eid al-Kabir. Akpabio called on all Nigerians to be patient with the new administration of President Bola Tinubu. Nigerians rejoice with President Tinubu as he celebrates the first Eid al-Kabir as President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. While congratulating the Vice President, Senator Kashim Shettima, and the Chief of Staff to the President, God and the importance of sacrifice in daily life should not be lost. A spirit of love, brotherliness, and peaceful coexistence, Obi made the call in a series of tweets to also rededicate themselves to the virtues of love, patriotism, and unity for the desired national development. Department of Security Services, Adamu Gwari, has said that the forthcoming date. Gwari made the disclosure in Abuja at the monthly FCT security meeting, where he also said the upcoming G7 meeting had Gunleye. The director explained that the meeting will be attended by police commissioners of member state, heads of security agencies, directors of security, and take appropriate measures to curtail the issue of cattle herding in Abuja, as well as activities of and consolidate undemocratic practices, particularly as it concerns the nation's electoral processes. The Secretary to the Government of the Federation, George Akume, made the appeal while receiving in audience the delegation from a statement by the Director of Information, Willie Bassi. The SGF said Nigeria had enjoyed considerable improvement in its electoral processes over the years, while appealing to. In a separate development, the Federal High Court Abuja has awarded a 1 million naira fine against the Independent Corrupt Pensions and Matriculation Board, JAMB, Dibu Ojerinde. In the ruling, Justice Obiora Egwatu also awarded the sum of 200,000. Justice Egwatu held that it was undisputed that there was a pending charge against the ex-JAMB boss bordering on conspiracy to sell the forfeit, presumed innocent until he has been proven guilty. States that about 13 million people aged between 15 and 63 years of age have asthma. Stakeholders in Uyo, as well as concerned citizens, have spoken on precautionary measures against. At the University of Uyo Teaching Hospital, Uyo, Dr. Chika Nwabweze said. Correspondent Blessing Dixon completes the report. Africa, where Sierra Leone's incumbent president Julius Maada Bio has been declared the winner of the toss, give Bio 56% of the vote against his main rival, Samora Kamara, who had the total vote of their term on Tuesday night. And still in Africa, security sources in Burkina Faso says unidentified assailants have killed 31 soldiers and 3 members of the Homeland Defense Volunteers, a group of civilians given basic military training. They are carrying out surveillance, information gathering, or escort duties. According to them, the attack on a supply convoy took place in the northern province of Bam in protest today after police shot dead a teenager during a traffic stop and appeared to have lied about the circumstances of the outrage and grief at the death of the 17-year-old, while the government appealed for calm. Prosecutors said the teenager initially reported that one officer shot at the teenager because he was driving his car at him. However, this version contradicts videos arrested overnight, 24 police slightly injured, and around 40 cars touched. And still on the foreign scene, Ukrainian National Police has said that death toll from Russia's missiles. The people said there were 61 people injured, and among those killed was a 17-year-old girl and twin sisters aged 14, lined with apartment buildings, stores, and cars. Luton Town signs Nigerian-born forward Chidozie Ogbene to stay with us. Welcome back and many thanks for staying with us. Which pushed an estimated 4 million people into poverty. Nigeria Development Update in Abuja. The Washington-based lender also said about 7.1 million poor Nigerians would become poor if the federal government failed to compensate 8 million Nigerians were poor as of the beginning of the year. The lender noted that additional 4 million Nigerians became poor between January and May this year, raising the figure to 93.8 million. 157.27% at the end of March to 2.53 trillion naira as of the end of May. According to the figures, the currency in circulation in the country gained 1.54 trillion naira in the period under review. Reports say it had earlier dipped by a 235.29 trillion naira at the end of October 2022, on the back of the naira redesign policy of the CBN. In health, stakeholders in the health sector have noting that such an integration is an effective strategy for reducing the incidence in the country. The recommendation was made during a webinar organized by the Nigeria Health Watch to advocate to policymakers on the importance of private sector integration in Nigeria's mixed health system. The president of the Healthcare Federation of Nigeria, Dr. Pamela Ajayi, said the progress can be made when the private and public sectors work together to improve health outcomes in the country. She said that there was a need to invest in health systems in the country, but for this to work, there must be alignment and incentives to encourage collaboration. Appeal to parents and community leaders to stop female genital mutilation. FGM. UNFPA Nigeria Country Representative Ula Mola said this during a sensitization walk against FGM and gender-based violence at the Ashobon community in Bariga area of purity and chastity, but causes irreparable pain and health problems to women and girls. According to her, FGM remains widespread in Nigeria, with an estimated 20 million survivors, and Nigeria accounts for the third highest number of women and girls who have undergone FGM, female genital mutilation, worldwide. In sports, Luton Town has signed Nigerian-born forward Chidozie Ogbene on a free transfer. The 26-year-old forward season as the Millers finished 19th in the championship. Recall that Nigeria-born Ogbene became the first African player to represent the Republic of Ireland when he earned his first cap in 2021. As featuring in the Premier League is everyone's dream and that he is grateful for the opportunity. And still in sport, made a £70 million bid for the 29-year-old England captain, but Tottenham sources denied it had been received. According to reports, the Bundesliga champions are now expert with 280 goals in 435 appearances having come through the club's academy. And now on our entertainment news, Ghanaian rapper Michael Owusu popularly impregnating her and refusing to take responsibility. Recall that the thespian in her recently published book, I Am Not Yvonne Nelson, narrated how she aborted her first pregnancy because she is fatherless and did not expect to give birth to a child whose father had refused to accept responsibility. In a chapter titled A Difficult Decision, she said Sakadare said no to keeping the pregnancy. Reacting to his latest single, Try Me, released today, Sakadare claimed he asked Yvonne Nelson to keep the pregnancy great but got patronage because of the negative things she wrote and urged the actress to stop the personal attacks and take the blame because nobody caused her bad choices. Up social media over alleged pregnancy for Afrobeat star Davido. Davido began to trend online after news of his alleged affair with the model and resulting pregnancy surfaced. Brown, who claimed she could not sit back quietly and watch her name being soiled, a married man, the serial entrepreneur mentioned she was unaware as he never told her. Site spectrumtv.ng. Also follow us on Twitter at spectrumtonline. I am Rachel David White. Good afternoon.